Morning, David. Let's start with a squad update. How are you looking heading into this weekend? You've got sort of a similar squad to what you had on Wednesday night?
Yeah, no issues after Wednesday night. The guys who were not involved, apart from Danny, he was captain as we know. No one will make the matchday squad of our injured players. It looks like that Nacho maybe end of next week can be back in training. Lungi started to be back in team training, but obviously he needs time. So we have more or less the same squad available like against Fulham, plus Danny, who is not any longer captain because it's a championship game.
And with those two, are you expecting them to come back after the international break? I'd imagine there's probably a period of having to build up their fitness again, Nunez and Sorensen.
Yeah, this is the plan for sure, but obviously we now have to wait, look from week to week, day to day, how they progress. But the aim is that they are back in training, in full team training, and maybe back in contention for the matchday squad as well after the international break, yes.
And both goalkeepers all okay after injections and illnesses and various whatnot?
Yeah, so we have to see now. Obviously, yesterday we didn't do a lot. After the game, we only recovered. Now we will have training in the afternoon. We will see. So I hear that George is fine after his illness. With Gunny, we have to see how he is able to manage now the situation after the injection which he had to have. We've known that he will be then miss some days of training and then that he has to have a good reintegration in team training. It was not a lot of days, only 4 or 5 days, but obviously we have to see how he reacts now in training, and then we will make a late call on it.
With Borja, obviously made his debut on Wednesday night. I know you said he needs some more 21 minutes. I think there's a game Sunday at Carrow Road. Does that rule him out from maybe being an option for you tomorrow? Is there a situation where he could play some minutes tomorrow and then also play on Sunday?
Yeah, as well? I think we have to be very sensible with him and his situations. But obviously, if somebody made an impact like he has done on Wednesday, scored his first goal, he deserved to be in the matchday squad, which he will be. But as I said, we have to be sensible, and we still have to be focused on the long-term plan, and this is that he needs some further extended minutes as well, and maybe there is then on Sunday the opportunity for him to get this as well. We will make then the decision after the game tomorrow about this.
And then the other one I wanted to ask you about was Jayden Warner. Obviously, with Danny Bark coming back, Jayden was really impressive on Wednesday night in his senior debut. Is he in your thoughts for tomorrow as well, or is it kind of about managing him a little bit as well after giving him his senior debut?
No, listen, first of all, I totally agree with you that the young lads or the team in general on Wednesday has done a great job. But it is very important that we do everything step by step. It was a first taste. It was a very good first impression. We were not surprised, even if obviously if you don't do it, you don't know it, because we've seen him and the young guys in training, what they are capable of. Kellen as well now with the third competitive game, full 90 minutes again, very impressive. So we have some very interesting boys in the backhand, and they will get their game time in the season for sure, because we will need everyone. Will this be tomorrow, in the next 2 weeks, 2 months? Nobody knows, but it's good to have them, and they've shown that they are close, and this is very, very important.
Just to reflect a little bit on last weekend, which I don't think we need to necessarily pick over again, but the days that followed, I'm quite interested in terms of how that played out. I think you said you were back here Sunday. Was there a lot of analysis on that? Was it getting back on the training pitch as quick as possible? How do you kind of deal after a defeat like that to, I guess, get the players and lift them back up more than anything else?
Yeah, we had some clear and honest conversations about this game and what went wrong, and it was so obvious what went wrong in this game, and this was a one-off which we not had before, and where we will do everything that it will not happen again. And obviously, as I said, Wednesday was a first step to start to correct it, especially to be in a much better place defensively, and still be focused on your pattern, your structure in the offensive game as well. But it was only a first step. Tomorrow it counts for us to make a further step, to make sure that we extend our home record, to get some further points on the table, fight and make everything possible that we have 4 wins out of 5 at home. After tomorrow's game, this is where we will fight for, and this is what we like to invest to. At one point, then really make sure that what was happened last Saturday is in the past, and we really can be focused on the future. And this is exactly what we will do. We unfortunately can't change what happened in the past. We can change what happened in the future, and for us, this is all which counts. Is tomorrow Birmingham, a very good side. I expect a tough game. A competitive game. They are very competitive, but it doesn't change that we be focused on ourselves and that we like to have this home win to get back on winning track.
Yeah, and obviously Wednesday night helps, but I think after a defeat like that, suddenly a lot of people kind of talk about how it impacts players' confidence and how it can impact performances maybe in the future. Do you get the impression that after everything that's happened this week, that Fulham game, the conversations that you've had, the training sessions, that it kind of has been put to bed and it has been left, that game at Plymouth?
To be totally honest, the Fulham game helped massively because obviously you can speak about it, what went wrong, you can show it, you can show what they've done very well beforehand and what they have not done then in this game, and how much then this affect their performance and obviously the result as well. And you can speak about it, you can show it, but then there is a moment where the players again have to be on the grass and then correct it, go back to what they have done before, and then get an impact. And this is what they got on Wednesday, and this is why Wednesday was so helpful for everyone to see, okay, it's not only words, it's exactly how it is. If we do what we are strong in, if we do what we are believe in, if we do what we've spoken about, what we worked hard over the whole preseason on our structure, if everybody does his job in ball possession and without ball possession, we are quite a very uncomfortable side to play against. This is what we have seen more than once in this season, but we have to do it, and this is exactly our aim for Saturday.
Is there, I don't know if fear is a strong word, but certainly a situation in the future where teams can look at what Plymouth did so successfully and try and replicate that? How prepared do you have to be as a coach for that type of situation?
Yeah, why not? We make our matchday analyze, our opponents analyze as well, and see what different opponents have done against our opponent, and then we have to make a decision. But honestly, I can't influence what they are doing, and this is why I don't really care. We have to find an answer for the questions which they ask us. They will ask us tomorrow some questions, but I'm very confident that we will find the solutions, and that we all together have the right mindset to really now go and push forward.
What sort of game are you expecting tomorrow? I think Birmingham had a pretty good start by all accounts. I think some performances dropped off. They had a few injury issues since. What type of game are you anticipating at Carrow Road tomorrow?
Yeah, as I said, I think it will be tight. It will be very competitive. But if we play to our pattern, we have everything, especially at home with our home supporters in our back, with the right atmosphere where everyone pushed in the same direction, because all together we have the same aim to get the 3 points on the board, that we have everything to be successful.
Is there a feeling, because of what happened last week, that it's going to be down to the players and you guys to kind of set the tone and set the atmosphere and ensure that the fans are with you? Do you kind of feel an extra responsibility, if that makes sense?
Yeah, of course. But this is always the case. I can't ask that we get support if we don't perform to get support. And to be fair, honestly, our supporters are great. So they are able to really see, did this performance, apart from the result, deserved applause because the players have done everything, like against Fulham we lost, like against Leicester where we lost but the performance were there, or not, like against Plymouth away. And then obviously they have done exactly what I would do if I would have been in the stand. Watch the game, look on the performance. Obviously, everyone likes to win. Yes, we are desperate for wins. But then there has to be a point as a supporter to say, okay, come on. They gave everything. It was a good game. We got beaten by quality. And this is what we have to accept. It's sport. And then I still can give support for my team. If not, if they don't do what we expect them to do, if they perform below par, if they don't do tactically what they normally have done or should do, if they don't invest everything, come on, then it's totally normal that you show a negative response as well. And this is exactly what happened to us in this season, exactly in the manner as it should be from my point of view. And obviously everything depends on what happens on the grass and what happens performance-wise. And this is where we will try everything to perform again on a level where we all together can be happy with, and then hopefully to get the result with 3 points, which obviously makes then everyone even more happy.
You said after the game on Wednesday that there were a few players who were pushing themselves forward, and I think you said similar today. I wanted to ask you about Przemysław Poeta and whether he's one of them. I think his performances Wednesday night, but also across the season, have been really positive so far. You must be really pleased with the progress that he's made. Obviously had a long time out injured last year. He seems to kind of be improving every time he steps on the pitch at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. He improved from week to week. Had a good pre-season, a very solid pre-season. When he came as a sub, he made an impact. When he started games, he made an impact. Yeah, he is progressing very well. He starts to get much more calm and mature in ball possession. Everything looks like much more structured in his game. Obviously, defensively, he sometimes missed a moment to come in his position quick enough, which isn't related to his speed, which is more related to how quick he analyzed the situation. And we will work with him, but we are very happy with him. And yes, like a few other guys, I said this, they will start in the next week where we have 3 games. Will it be tomorrow? We will see. But there were some very impressive performances on Wednesday. And to be fair, in the weeks before, we have a very competitive group. And now, as longer as this very busy period continues, as more it is important that you have competitors in your squad, that you can get fresh legs on the grass. And this is something which we will use for sure in the next 3 games. Yeah, we have injury problems, but I'm very pleased and very happy with the squad which we have available, and that the players who are available are really competitive. This is what they've shown, some of them on Wednesday, and obviously they will get their reward for this for sure.
Just 2 more, but on Poeta, I think you know, he was a player that a lot of people saw his speed when he came here, and there was maybe a rawness to him in that regard. Feels like you and your coaching team have worked a lot more maybe on him positionally and utilising that speed a little bit better. I know you've spoken about him as a left back, but has he shown to you also that he can fulfil that role out wide if you need him to within your system? Yeah,
so he can play both positions. I think the skills which he have are just great for both positions. And he's so open-minded that he is fine with both positions. And I think it's only beneficial for him if he has a tactical awareness about both positions. And what he's shown so far is good. Everyone has known about his physical qualities, and we worked hard with him to make this more shine, how good he is physical wise, but his technique is quite good as well. He now plays maybe in more areas where he is not so used to play, in pockets as well, in half spaces as well, make the right runs at the right moment. So he progresses, and hopefully it will continue, I'm quite sure, because there's still massive space for him to improve.
And finally, I mean, you referenced it, this starts a week of 3 games again. It's a relentless schedule at the moment before obviously the October break. I guess your message to your players and to the fans as well, I guess, is that these are 3 games that you really have to attack, aren't they? And is consistency the aim across these 3 games in terms of performance levels?
Yeah, absolutely. And we need and we like to have points on the table. This is the truth as well. but it is like always in football. I'm a strong believer, as more consistent as you perform on a decent level, as more possible it is to get points on the table. And this is why we are so focused on the performance, that we really play to our structure, to our pattern in ball possession, without ball possession. And another 3 games, another 3 interesting, challenging games, important games. But we do, I think, right if we only be focused on the next one, and this is for us Saturday. Let's invest everything what we have with the players which we involved on Saturday, and then we finish Saturday, and then we look who and which players will help for the next one. And now it's only focus Birmingham. Everyone who will be involved in the stadium stands on the grass. Make sure that your mindset is right and that we invest everything. These 3 points are important, and for this we all together have to perform.
Good stuff. Thank you, David.
Thank
Good
you.
luck tomorrow.